Do you find yourself getting really angry and frustrated on the golf course? Well, duh, it's golf. But do you know why? Do you really know why? So the main reason is that you feel out of control. You feel like you don't really know what's going on, what the cause is. You can guess, you can think, well, I'm going to keep my arms straight, I'm going to keep my head down, all those things. But of course, none of them work because they're not actually the real problem. So what I would recommend you do is you need to think about what is it that is making you frustrated, and what is it really that's making you frustrated. So usually it's because you don't have a full process. So I'll give you an example. You're 40 yards from the green, 30 yards from the green. You go, before you get to the ball, you've probably decided already what shot you're going to play, because you've probably only got one you can play, or one that you have that's reliable enough to play. But actually what should happen is you should, as you're 20 yards out, getting towards that shot, you start saying to yourself, right, is it a putt? Is it a chip? Is it a pitch? Now, if you don't know the difference between a pitch and a chip, then you need to look at some of my videos, or you need to get onto my Tee to Green program and learn the difference, because there is a difference. Otherwise you're going to end up with a chitch, which doesn't exist, and that's why you can't chip or pitch. So you ask yourself, is it a putt? Is it a chip? Is it a pitch? And then by the time you get to the ball, what you're doing is saying, well, no, it's not a putt because we're not in the middle of August and the greens aren't rock and the fairways aren't rock hard. Is it a chip? Yeah, it could be, but there's a bit of a rise. I'm going up into an uphill slope, so that would stop the ball too much. It's a bit too, I can't control what it's going to do, so therefore it's not a chip in this case. Yeah, I need to pop it up. It's got to land at the front of the green, and that gives me a little bit of roll into the sort of the flag. So then by the time you get to the ball, you're saying, okay, so it's going to be a soft pitch. I'm going to take my sand wedge because I want it to land quite soft. So by now, as you're getting to the ball, what you're doing is you're starting to create a plan, and you have your levels of confidence. And what you're doing is you're ticking those levels of confidence. So by the time you get to the ball, you know already it's going to be a soft chip. You've already pictured the shot in your head. You've already pictured where you're going to land it. You already know what club. So as you get to the ball, you do a couple of practice swings. The main thing is with your practice swings, you're looking to cut the grass, because of course, if you're not cutting grass, you're going to top it. You're looking for stability and anchoring down in the feet, and then just play the shot. And what happens then, because you have this plan, you're going into it with an idea, and it's not all guesswork. You're then not doubting yourself. Remember, doubt is the biggest killer of all golf shots. And now you're having a plan, and what's happening is you're filling your head with positive thoughts. Positive thoughts. Have a great day.